Territory in the northern part of Queensland and in Western Australia.
Aboriginal people in the Northern Territory and also in Sydney. There aren't very many in Sydney, but a lot in the far north of Queensland.
Aboriginal people, usually outside the main cities. It's probably the best bet, but further north.
Geographically, the most you'll find will probably be, they prefer to be out on the land, a lot of them.
Injured due...
There are around 390,000 Aborigines in Australia, and that accounts for only 2% of the total population. The Northern Territory is the only Australian state where they have a significant presence. In the Northern Territory, the Aborigines account for 30% of the population. So this is the region I decide to head to. After a long journey of almost 4,000 kilometres, I finally arrive in the small town of Katherine. My first impression upon arrival is of a people completely lost in a white man's world. What small town of Katherine? My first impression upon arrival is of a people completely lost in a white man's world. My first impression upon arrival is of a people completely lost in a white man's world. What's happened to them? The history of the country will one day acknowledge that the white settlers denied the Aborigines a lot of their land. They killed many Aborigines, deported others, and deprived them of their rights. What do they have left?
In outback Australia has reignited one of the country's most painful and controversial debates.
He was an innocent little baby. For years I have raised concerns about the failures within child protection.
The child protection system was built to remove Aboriginal children from their families.
But why is the protection of Aboriginal children such a contentious topic? And what does it tell us about the ugly divide still present in Australia? The death of the 5-year-old girl, now known as Kumanjayi Little Baby, has shocked not just this remote part of the outback, but wider Australia too. And to understand its case and its importance, you've got to understand the multiple Aboriginal communities that live here in the Northern Territory. Now, we've been here for the past few days reporting on her death, and it's not the typical Australia many people think of. Bondi Beach, wealthy cities like Sydney. This is a town of 30,000 people. You can drive around it in just 10 minutes. The nearest city is Darwin, and that's 15